humans have always tried to use history to support their current agenda. Right?
Yeah. Why not get to grips a bit with the ideas that are involved here? Why not consider the possibility that there might be a lost civilization deep in our background? I think what we're looking at is a reboot of civilization. There were survivors. They attempted to reboot, and we're seeing the evidence for that. I don't think we're seeing the origins of civilization. I think we're seeing a reboot of civilization that existed previously.
I am the highest version of myself. I'm the highest version of myself. I know I am that I am.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Third of the Godspeed podcast. I'm your host, Joe Guy.
And I am your other host, Dan Eats Everything.
He does eat everything, I've seen it. So the title of our episode today is Time to Rewrite the Textbooks.
Times are changing in the books of texts.
Hopefully, eventually, soon, if we get the Rockefeller textbooks out of our schools and actually teach our kids some real shit.
The Rock! Throw up the Rock. Rockefeller?
That's the Illuminati side.
That's Rockefeller Records, bro.
Nah, dude,
Jay-Z.
that is the Yeah, they tell you that. That's the Illuminati side.
I didn't even know I didn't even know what Illuminati was.
I hate that I even did that. Yeah, that's the Illuminati side. Feel like you'd be like, he's Illuminati. All right, so let's get started. First thing I need to tell you is this power drill right here.
Yeah, I see it. Something. That's something.
So this is the first power tool ever made.
Okay.
It was made in the 1890s. And go ahead.
I'll save it.
It was 16 and a half pounds and needed multiple people to operate it. Okay?
All right.
You understand that?
Go over it again.
Bosch started making mass power tools in the 1950s, mass producing them where people can actually, one person could use them and they're not 16 pounds. But then we got, throughout history, you see these walls everywhere that were like, look at these cuts on this wall, on this rock wall.
Yeah. Is that
you telling me
Machu Picchu?
Yes.
Okay.
But look how big these stones are. Look at the cuts, precise cuts on them. Like, how did we do that with hand tools?
Well, I'm going to sound dumb, so I'll stop. I don't know.
All right. And then we have these step wells that were created to preserve water. They built these to preserve waters in case of droughts. Look how perfect these steps are. Look how perfect they are.
Yeah.
They carved these steps with hand tools. Look at this.
Right.
How? We were horse and buggy back in the day. We didn't have cars.
I think this is prior to horse and buggy.
That's what I'm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, yeah, yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
These were here before us.
Right. Yeah.
Look at these things.
Mm-hmm.
They're magnificent. Like, they're great.
Yeah. No.
They're great. So the point is, we didn't carve these with hand tools, and it wasn't us that did it when we were driving around on dirt roads with horses and no power tools.
Are you saying aliens?
No,
Oh,
I'm not.
I was getting very excited.
Aliens can't exist. If you listen to our Flat Earth episode, you would know that there's no way aliens can exist because outer space is fake.
We're gonna have to talk about that at a different time.
Oh yeah, we got a part 2 for Flat Earth coming up soon.
I can't wait.
Yeah. All right. So on your screen is the Erie Canal.
Yes.
You're familiar with that. You're from upstate New York.
Sadly.
Oh,
Syracuse.
This place is amazing.
Syracuse.
So the Erie Canal is 12 meters wide, 4 meters deep. It took them 8 years to build, from 1817 to 1825.
Okay.
And it's 363 miles long. Okay.
Okay.
Shows on your screen right there. That's the span of it.
Wow.
Right.
It's pretty good.
But not only did they have to dig the canal out with hand tools because the power tools weren't invented yet, they had to go through the Niagara Glen, which is an 80-foot limestone wall. They had to cut through that with dynamite wasn't invented yet either. So they went through that with hand tools and maybe black powder, but still. So based on the amount of time it took them to build the canal, they did 8 miles. Sorry, they did 1 mile every 8 days.
It's pretty good. I'm impressed. Right?
Me too. That's like record breaking. Like, I wish workers like that were around today. What? Say what you got to say, bro. This is our podcast.
I'm gonna get canceled quick, bro.
Yo, who cares if you get canceled? Fuck those people.
Nah, dude.
They had to build. Also, they had to build aqueducts. They had to build locks. Like, they had to do all this stuff. 8 mile or
Do
1
they have
mile
bagels?
every 8 days. Bagels?
For locks.
I don't get that reference. You're the one that eats everything, not me. But do you see how it doesn't make any sense that there's no way they would have did this back in the day?
It had a lot of people.
Went through limestone, the Niagara Glen, an 80-foot limestone wall, and then also built aqueducts and locks.
Maybe. All right, keep going, man. Keep going.
And then we got these. Look at that castle right there.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. How'd we build that castle? How'd we build this castle? How'd we build that castle? I'm going to stop doing that with a weird voice, but you see what I'm saying? Like, no power tools.
So you don't think humans built that?
I don't think our current I don't think they were created by the people who rode horse and buggy. I think they were created way beforehand.
I mean, I think the castles are possible, but like the crazy stonework, like in the pyramids and Machu Picchu, yeah, dude, I think that was here from a civilization a long time ago.
They say these were made in 2500 BC.
Impossible.
The Great Pyramid alone was made out of 2.3 million blocks of limestone and granite. It's estimated to weigh over 6 million pounds. The biggest blocks, they weigh between 20 and 60 tons apiece. Okay?
Yeah.
And the history books tells us that they used slave labor. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, slaves. This is how slaves did it. 20 tons. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, not only that, but the stones that are in the inside of those pyramids are so precisely cut. We don't have the technology now to do some of the stuff that has been done inside of there.
You're talking about the air shafts inside aligned perfectly with the circumpolar stars.
Right, and like the actual like the king's tomb. I think his name's Graham Hancock. Shout out Graham, you know who you are, buddy. I think he's got a show on Netflix that goes into detail with especially the he's the real deal, man. He'd agree with you right now.
But basically, this is what they tell us history is. This is what's in the history books. It's the bullshit they're telling us.
It's impossible. It's mathematically impossible to have humans build that in the time frame that they set. Yeah.
Yep. Also, they transported all of those stones from 500 miles away.
Yeah.
500 miles, supposedly.
Yeah.
So, anything having to do with the pyramids is a big BS. Also, the Sphinx.
Hey.
Yeah.
Aliens.
Giants. So, The Sphinx
could be, yeah.
is half woman, half lion, and it lines up perfectly with Leo and Virgo in the constellations. When the constellation's up, that's what it's pointing directly at. They don't tell us that either. They don't know what the Sphinx is. The stars tell us everything about our world. We'll get into that at some point also.
Okay. I'm listening.
I know you are, because I'm making total sense. How did they make these? These are star forts, or history calls them bastion forts. And supposedly they were created for war, so soldiers didn't have any blind spots. Okay? They couldn't get sky views like this. Look at the perfect geometry on these star forts. But we're driving around horse and buggy and using hand tools. But look at these things. How did they make these?
They had a protractor and a compass.
I don't think we could do that today.
Oh, no, we could absolutely do that today. Absolutely. I go to the beach and I can do that stuff with my bare feet.
What I'm telling you
Perfectly
is, you think they did that back then, though?
Yeah, dude, I think people are smarter than you're giving them credit for.
Nah, dude, no way. Look at these things.
I think
They're freaking perfect geometry.
Yeah, it's really good.
Look at these things. And it's definitely not. It doesn't have anything to do with war. Like, that's the bullshit story we're sold.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I don't think we could do that today. Look at how freaking amazing they are. Like,
yeah,
no way.
Yeah.
Dude, I work in construction. I do estimating for construction. Yo, we can't even put drywall up these days, man. Like, what the fuck?
Well, I feel like society's been dumbed down immensely. Every time I think we've hit a new low, I meet somebody new, and they lower my expectations even further.
I mean, I can't argue with that.
Oh, brother.
But listen, but here's the thing. People only know what they've been through in their lives, and we've, as a society, been dumbed down on purpose.
I can see that.
I mean, just turn on the television and look at the TV shows. Real Housewives and, well, you stay keeping that shit on behind you. But we got the Kardashians and, like, just the biggest idiots. And they're idiots on purpose, so then we follow their lead.
Stop making stupid people famous.
Exactly. Yo, a better quote was never said. Well, no, there's way better quotes. All right. So St. Petersburg, the pictures we're going to be going through are taken in the 1860s. They're in St. Petersburg, Moscow, which both had, supposedly the population was over 500,000. We're going to Edinburgh, Scotland, Copenhagen, Denmark, Dresden, Germany, Rio, Brazil, Toronto, Canada, Athens, Greece. That's what these pictures are from, okay?
Okay.
They're all from 1860s. Where are all the people?
These are drawings, though. No?
No, these are real pictures. These aren't drawings. Where's all the people?
They photoshopped them out.
That's what would have had to have happened, because you see this shadow?
Yeah.
That long shadows are either in the morning or at night. So this isn't in the middle of the night. It's in the morning. Where are all the people? Anybody? Bueller.
Huh.
Like, and that's like that's that famous castle in Moscow.
You're making
we built that.
You're making me want to travel right now.
Yeah, I want to travel too. But look, there's nobody. Like all these, and you know what's creepy? Somebody took all these photos for a reason. Like somebody was out there be like, yeah, this is an empty city. Let's go take a picture of the full city and then put it in our history books for some weird reason. It's like they had to tell us without telling us. And that's a giant thread that's going to be running through our podcast episodes. They have to tell us all the stupid shit they pull without actually pointing it out. They show us it and then they hide it. Like, nobody. Have you seen one person in any of these photos?
No, it's really weird.
This is Canada.
Oh, Canada. Get your maple syrup. That's the words.
Get rid of Fidel Castro's son. That's definitely his son. Justin Trudeau is definitely Fidel Castro's son. If you don't believe me, go Google both of them together.
Defund gun control.
He also, Fidel Castro is in pictures with Trudeau's mom. There's pictures of them together. You telling me that they didn't have a baby together and then changed his name and made him the fucking idiot of Canada? But yeah, look at all these pictures we're going through. Not one person. None.
Photoshop, bro. Oh, yeah.
Photoshop. Yeah, right. Photoshop.
Hit Photoshop, bro.
This is when we were repopulated, and this is where I'm going to be showing you all the buildings that we definitely did not build. Look at the freaking perfect detail on these buildings.
Yeah, man, that's amazing feats
No.
of human.
Dude, think logically. They don't have tons of means. They probably go home to their small little house, but they're building these giant cathedrals and shit. Does that make any sense to you?
Yes.
Look at these.
Yeah.
Come on. Look at these buildings. Why? And then there's this. This is the Arc Detrium. Probably pronounced that wrong. Okay. It's made up of 36,695 meters of limestone, and it weighs 95,000 tons. Took 12 years to build between 1806, 1814, and then 1832 and 1836. Look at the detail.
You said 12 years.
12 years.
That's a long time, bro.
Bro, look at the detail on the sculptures. Look, and then look at these people. They still got horse and buggy. Did I just tell you how much it weighs?
Uh-huh.
No tools, hand carved it, and that's how much it weighs. That's how big it is. Look at the detail on these sculptures. We hand carved that. Look at it. And then the archways, they're perfect. It's bonkers. And then the roses on the top. Look at these perfect friggin' roses on the top. Look at that. Look at these.
I would say humans are amazing.
Perfectly carved. Bro.
You don't have faith in human beings?
Use your logic. Look at these people, though. It's not like they had tons of technology in the shit that we have today. And then how are they picking up all that weight? How are they transferring the weight to the top? Come on, answer that. Do you feel me?
I understand what you're saying. I don't have the.
And then we're back.
I don't have the answer, but I still think it's possible.
We're back at the Moscow Castle. Okay. Who melted this metal and made these? Come on. Look at this. Look at this.
They clearly.
How did we do that?
They clearly had.
How did they do that?
Master blacksmith.
Yo, you're. Oh man. You're something.
I mean, hold on. Let's like you said. Let's think about it, right? Let's say your plan is to build this amazing building statue. You're going to recruit and hire the most amazing people at the best stoneworkers, the best metal workers, and
what giants did they employ to carry all this heavy stuff for them?
Herds of horses.
Did they use ropes and pulleys? Like
potentially, yeah.
Dude, this stuff would be so heavy. Especially that arc I just told you about.
You think a couple tons are heavy?
Come on. And then there's this. This is the Crystal Palace. Okay, it was built before they had glass manufacturing, mass glass manufacturing.
Okay.
Look at all the windows. Look at all the windows. Look at all the windows in this building. That's all windows, all glass.
What I'm hearing is you think humans are dumb.
I'm saying the humans that came right before us in the 1800s,
Yeah.
they didn't have the ability to do these kinds of buildings. Look at all that glass work. For what? For what?
Because they could?
They couldn't, is what I'm telling you.
So you're saying they can't. I'm saying they did.
I'm saying there's no way. I'm saying the Rockefeller textbooks that made up all the history that you've been told is a bunch of big bullshit.
Oh, you're
Look at this. There's no way. Look at these. Look at the people down there on dirt roads, but they'd rather keep their horses on dirt roads, possibly breaking their legs on holes and shit. So they're not going to make roads, but they're going to build these massive structures. I'm asking. Look at these things, dude.
Yeah.
And then look at these people.
Dude, that's human grit and determination and ingenuity.
Man. Oh, jeez.
You don't believe in any of that?
You know what that is?
Grand Central Station?
It's Penn Station.
Oh, it's close. Same.
They
but
built
different.
Penn Station. They built Penn Station without power tools. This wasn't a building that they just found. And then I get it. You're gonna build this Penn Station. You're gonna build this huge building. Why are you taking days and days and days to put this design in the ceiling? When your horse needs to be fed outside because you don't have any vehicles to transfer all this heavy fucking shit.
Yeah, I never really thought about it, man.
Once you stop and you sit back and you actually think about it, you're like, yeah, like how the fuck? Use your noggin and be like, there's no possible way they made these in the 1800s. Especially with the way they told us humans were and how they lived. Look at these amazing structures, though. And so this is San Francisco. In 1846, there was 500 Mormon settlers in San Francisco at the time. Okay? It was frontier land, which means it was empty. It was waiting for people to just move there and start building, right? Right? That's what the old frontier and like the Wild West and all that bullshit. And, Deadwood. So between 1848 and 1849, the start of the gold rush, the population grew from 1,000 to 25,000. Okay? Here they are, moving to the frontier land. Still going. These pictures are 20 years later. In 20 years, the population is only 20,000, and they built all of this.
Okay. Your point is?
Why would you... your population is 20,000. Why would you need all of that? 20,000 is not that much. Like I showed you the pictures earlier. Moscow had 500,000, and that city was empty. But San Francisco, look at all this. You telling me 20 years, 20,000 people, and a good portion of the population were women and children, built all this.
Judy died of dysentery.
I'm calling bullshit. Yeah, and then, well, no, they died on the way. That wouldn't be part of the population. You see what I'm saying?
Smallpox got them.
And then there's the weird. No, say what you gotta say.
No, I'm just looking at the pictures.
It baffles me, the history they told us about, and nobody questioned it. I didn't question it either. I'm no better. I just started questioning. Well, not just started, but a few years. But it's still shit like this. Still baffles me because we buy it hook, line, and sinker because we all read out of the same textbooks. You know, everybody thinks we live on a fucking spinning ball because we all read it out of a textbook. And then there's the curious case of digging and finding buildings continuing way underground. Now, back in the day, why would you, when you're building houses and stuff, you know how hard it is today, you know how hard it is to put a basement in? You know how much hard work that is to build basements? And we have excavators and bobcats, and we have all that now. It makes no sense for them to build basements back in the day. But when they dig them up, they find buildings. Look, there's windows. They dig these places up, and the buildings are underneath the buildings. And they're not basements. They found more of the building. Like, look at this. This is a door down here. And then there's windows. So it wasn't like we're building a basement to build a basement. No, these were the original entrances and shit down here.
Oh no, I think we've agreed on that. The civilization is older than what human civilization is definitely older than what our current history books thinks and tell us.
But I thought the white man stole land from the Indians. They lied about everything, dude. They need us divided. They needed every Native American to believe that they've been robbed of their whole culture and life so they can hate another race. Look at these buildings.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. You're saying that Native Americans the tribes didn't originally populate the North and South America?
I think Native Americans were part of the Tartarian civilization, a different part of them, but I don't think the whole story of the white man coming and stealing the land is real. I think that's all made up. I think Christopher Columbus was probably a made-up person.
How dare you?
How dare you? I don't care if people get triggered, yo. All you got to do is do a little bit of research. A little bit of research. Wait, this is before excavation. This building right here.
Uh-huh.
This is after. Mud floods, yo. And they lied about our history. You ever notice how when you're doing your tourism thing and you see these buildings say "founded in"? Because they motherfucking found it. It wasn't built. Look at this shit, dude.
Holy shit, you're fucking wild, bro.
Look at these. Look at this. Like, I'm going easy on you today, dude. Wait till we get to the crazy shit about our history. This is just the start.
This isn't the crazy. This isn't crazy.
Nah, bro. Look at this art that they found that was buried underneath this floor, so they could hide more history from us. It's bonkers, bro. Look at this. Why are you taking time to build these pillars and then just to bury them? Like, what?
I forget who I heard somebody talk about. They think that there was a massive. Never mind. I forget.
Depopulation?
No, like a
yes.
like a asteroid hitting the planet and creating this well, yes, potentially a massive depopulation, but from a natural disaster, and the humans that actually survived it probably had to live up in the mountains and become very animalistic and territorial, and that's why somewhere deep down in a lot of us, we have that rage and that need to murder sometimes and kill just to
Sounds
survive.
like propaganda.
I'm just saying.
Sounds like propaganda to put on us so then we think it's okay to kill.
I don't think it's okay to kill, but
Look at this.
I can
Look
see.
at this door down here.
There's a lot of interesting photos, Joseph.
I know. Look at the statue. Look at the detail on the bottom of the statue that was dug up. Meaning the top right here wasn't supposed to be the only thing you saw. It's just all of our history has been faked. Back to the digging up stuff. What building is this? Is that the Capitol building?
I've been there. I didn't see all that dug up. Did they rebury it?
No, I think what you're seeing is all this. They just made it white and made more stairs down here. Pretty sure that's what happened.
I don't know, man.
I haven't looked at the Capitol in a while. No, I'm pretty sure there's more stairs. I don't know. I haven't been to the Capitol in a while, and I haven't seen pictures of it in a while because that shit is closed because the people that are in power aren't actually working in there anymore. That's a different episode also. But yeah.
All right. What else? Can I have some more?
This is Oliver.
Soup, sir.
This is Oliver Twist. Did you notice in the early 1900s there was a fuck ton of stories about orphans?
Because their parents were too busy building amazing buildings to take care of their own kids.
There's Jane Eyre. I can't remember the dude's name from Wuthering Heights. It's like
Oh.
Eugene or some shit.
And they would all sing that the sun will come out tomorrow.
That's it. That's Annie, the little orphan Annie. Jungle Book.
Jungle Book.
He's an orphan. This is from.
Nah,
this
dude,
is from
he's an animals whisperer. He ain't no orphan.
He's an orphan though. He was an orphan though. This is the little girl from Les Miserables. Heidi. Rapunzel, Peter Pan, Snow White. These are all orphans from the 1900 stories. Tom Sawyer, Huck Finn, Anne of Green Gables. These are all stories of orphans.
Shout out Mark Twain.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. He was obsessed with that shit. So in 1882,
Mark's a wild boy.
41,000 foundlings from Moscow, living with 32,000 foster families scattered throughout 4,000 villages. A dozen villages were fostering 90 each kids.
Dysentery, bro. They didn't have a cure.
They had signs, "Children for sale," dude, and they put farms up or theme parks up with baby farms and shit. Okay,
Bro.
and then they also had, where the fuck is it? There's tons of pictures of kids working in adult factories. Tons of them.
How much you gotta get paid, bro? Try to get your money.
Look at all these kids. Look at them. And then there's the story of the orphan trains, where there was
Never heard this story.
There was mass orphans being transferred to cities all over to repopulate. That wasn't the story to repopulate, but the story is that women who got married or didn't get married and had a kid, that their children were taken from them. They'd have to wear different outfits to show everybody who they were. And there's tons of books about women and chastity and all this shit. But that was just propaganda. So we think the orphans were all coming from those women when there's no possible way there is that many orphans from that. So all of these orphan trains in these freaking just, it doesn't make any sense, dude. Look at all these kids working. And then they had infant incubators where you could go and look at these babies in incubators and then adopt these babies from all over.
The fuck? Where did you get this shit, man?
Bro, a little bit of research. Premature babies were displayed.
Have you seen a preemie? Have you ever seen a preemie? God bless them, but it's a tough sight sometimes.
We've been lied to, basically.
Poor baby.
And where you saw all of the empty cities, and then they were repopulating with orphans.
Dude, men.
That's because they went through their depopulation.
Nah, dude. Men were at war. Women were in the kitchen. The babies had to work, bro. Somebody had to bring home the bread money. You know what I mean? The women's got to stay home and clean. The men were always all fighting a war and building these crazy buildings. You had to put somebody in the factories. Put the babies in the factories, bro. Makes sense to me.
Sure. Totes my goats.
Dude, what? I don't know where I've never heard of a lot of that.
Yeah, because history needs to be rewritten with what's actually going on. They did their depopulation agenda in early 1800s, maybe 1820, happened in 2020, tried to in 2020 anyway.
Is there any documentation? Do you have anything on the depopulation agenda? Anything on that?
For the 1800s?
Yeah.
There was like yellow fever, or what was it called?
Smallpox, yellow fever. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, dude. They going back every 100 years, they try to depopulate and start over, or some. Maybe not every 100 years, but there's always some kind of flu. I remember I was in New Orleans, and they were talking about how somebody would drive by everyone's houses and yell, "Bring out your dead," because people were just dying off that fast from bugs, like a bug. It's like yellow fever, I think. But they've done this multiple times. So they've literally, all of these stories about orphans in these empty cities, it doesn't make any sense unless you actually put them all together, and it's obvious that, like, how does San Francisco grow that big in 20 years when it was frontier land? And most people, according to TV shows and shit, were just buying hookers and getting drunk and then going to dig up some gold. They had time to build all those buildings? I call bullshit.
Well, now I want a time machine.
What do you think? This is just part one, man. We're going to go into some way deeper stuff having to do with mountains and trees.
I don't know. That was a lot. I'm not gonna lie. That was kind of crazy. I think that humans can build amazing things without new age technology. Like I said, humans are resilient, and we're very determined, and when we put our minds to things, we can make amazing things happen.
Civil engineers weren't around then.
Dude, they had,
Blacksmiths. Okay. They had Doc Brown working in a fucking shed. Okay.
I think humans can build amazing things without, even today, I think we could figure out how to do it without modern day tools. It would take a very long time and a lot of humans to do it. But do I believe the pyramids were built by humans? Absolutely not. But castles
was the Erie Canal?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
It was built by humans, but was it built by people in the 1800s is what I'm asking. 1 mile every 8 days.
I don't know what
going through all that.
I guess my reoccurring theme is, what are they getting out of lying to us about it?
Yo, I hate this question, dude. Literally, it's because they depopulated. They killed us off, not us, they killed them off,
Right.
and had to repopulate. So then they could fill us with all their education and all the bullshit they wanted to teach us and all the fake history that they could give us to hide what was really going on. Dude,
But what
In part
hold
two,
on,
and
hold
part
on,
two of this.
hold on. What was really going on that they need to hide?
Dude, you're way stronger than they tell us. The human is way stronger than they tell us. Like, the human body can do incredible things. That's for another episode. But, dude, why would they lie is a horrible question. And I can't believe you of all people are asking me why would they would lie. You know damn well the government lies.
Yeah, but I'm asking on behalf of the viewer. That's what they're gonna. Anytime if you bring this out to a public broadcast like we're doing, right? If you put this out to the public,
I've gotten that.
Everyone, why would they lie?
I get that question constantly
Right.
when I have conversations.
Right,
Dude, why did they lie about everything? Why do they tell us the chemtrails in the sky are contrails and they're not spraying metals and other stuff in the sky?
I don't know.
We'll
Why
there.
are they? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, dude. They're literally poisoning us. They're poisoning us with everything: the food, the air, the water. Like, H2O only flushes out your kidneys, bro. You need H3O2 so the water will penetrate your cells and make you healthier. But everybody's just drinking H2O, thinking that that's good for them, and they're drinking it out of water bottles and tap, when water bottles are just tap water. They all have chlorine and fluoride in them.
Yeah, there's been.
You need to get structured water, people. Structure your water. Drink from springs.
There's been studies that fluoride actually makes people dumber.
Dude, fluoride is the toothpaste aisle is the worst aisle in a grocery store. Has the most poison in it. That's why I brush my teeth with calcium bentonite clay. We're going to do a health episode, and people are going to hate that one. Yo, when I was going down all these rabbit holes, the food and health rabbit hole was the last one that I went to look at because I knew it was going to change my entire life. And it fucking did.
Oh boy, this was a lot. Hey, speaking of food, this was a lot to digest.
So now you're going to go eat.
So now I need a burrito. Or a spam masubi? Oh, bruh. Brother, get a masubi from 7-Eleven, brother.
Do not shop at 7-Eleven. So what was weird about today's episode that you're like, all right, I need to look more into shit, because I get that you think humans can do wondrous things, but they, to the extent that I'm showing you.
So from this
main
episode,
thing is lifting. Yeah, from this episode, lifting all that heavy shit.
I think like there's some weird stuff in the beginning. There's kind of this weird stuff at the end, and then like everything in between there was very strange.
So there's weird stuff in the beginning, weird stuff at the end,
everything
but the stuff in the middle is just strange. So everything was strange.
Yeah, dude, this was a wild pod, bro.
And we won't get taken off the air for this one, shockingly. Maybe with some of the stuff I said.
There was a lot to digest there. I'm gonna have to sit with it and think on some of this stuff, but
yeah,
I really do like. I'm gonna stick to my position as far as what I believe about humans. But the depopulation part, I mean, I can see the government wanting to do stuff like that, but I want to know why. That's my thing. You know me, dude.
So they can roll out. So they can roll out the Rockefeller textbooks and teach us what they want us to think.
But what do they get out of it?
Control of the population.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think our government is out to take total control.
Bend us over.
Yeah.
Bend us over.
I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, dude.
Hey. Godspeed. I love you, brother.
Godspeed.
Love you, brother.
I fucking love you too.
Shotgun 7-Eleven. Get that masubi.
Do not shop.
You've reached the offices of the Godspeed Podcast. We are currently closed. Please leave your information and someone will return your call within 24 business days. Thank you.
I watched that preview you posted to TikTok about history earlier, and now I can't sleep. I can't stop thinking about the horses. Like how overworked they must have been hauling all those materials to the job site for Penn Station. And then I'm like, wait, what about the ladders? How tall would the ladders have to be to reach the ceilings? And now I'm spiraling. Thanks a lot. All right, bye.